Girl, you so hot like summer.
Hey Divadolls! Today we're going to be doing a foundation tutorial. I've done my eyebrows and lashes off camera. You can see here I have my bare skin. Welcome back to all of my subscribers and welcome to everyone else. Okay, so I'm going to use the Pore Professional to prime my face today, and I'm using a Morphe flat top brush, and I'm just applying this facial primer. I'm tapping this facial primer, into my skin, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply this all over my face. Okay, so I purchased a Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation in shade 310 Burkina. I've been seeing this foundation all over social media, and I just decided that I wanted to give it a try. First thing I like to do is color correct. I'm using the LA Girl concealer in shade orange, and I'm using a small flat top blending brush by BH Cosmetics to blend out this orange concealer. I just put a little bit under my eye. I like to camouflage the puffiness and the lines under my eyes with the orange. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just continue to blend this out. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is this foundation has a thick consistency. So I'm just going to start with a little bit of the foundation, and I'm going to start on my left side, and I'm just going to pat this on. It's covering, I'm noticing that it's covering really good. Yes, make sure you get the side of that nose, sis. And yes, we're going to keep blending. We're going to blend that jawbone down in a second, so don't worry about that. We're just going to keep patting to blend out this concealer. This foundation is blending very well. Yep, right here we're gonna go ahead and get that jawbone, girl. Yes. So, ladies, tell me, what do you think? Your first impressions. Here is the side with the foundation. Here is the side with no foundation. And here is a front view comparison. Hey, let's get into this beat. P-E-E. This dual fiber blending brush to blend out the little areas that I could not get with my foundation brush. Here I am finishing up my other side by patting the foundation into my skin. I'm going to do exactly the same thing I did on the other side to this side. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to blend out this foundation. I'm going to continue to use this foundation brush, and I'm also going to be using my concealer brush here to kind of get into the small areas that I can't reach with my foundation brush. But I'm just going to continue until I blend everything out. Okay, using the Overachiever High Coverage Concealer by Huda Beauty, I believe that's how it's pronounced, I'm going to use this to brighten up my under eye. So here you can see I'm applying from my inner tear duct, that's like the inner corner of my eye, and I'm dragging it down to the ending of my nose is what I'm doing, and I'm dragging it out to the outside of like where my eyebrow stops. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit on my chin. Okay, while waiting for my concealer to dry, I'm going to use my Matchstick by Fenty Beauty in shade Espresso, and I'm going to take this from my sideburn, and I'm going to bring it halfway down, and then I'm going to kind of drag it up some, and I'm going to do this on both sides of my face. Here, I'm taking this down the bridge of my nose. I'm going to use my tapered blending brush here to go ahead and blend this out on both sides of my nose. and I'm just pressing this color into my skin is what I'm doing. Just pressing it in just to go ahead and blend this out so there's no harsh lines or signs of demarcation. Okay, using my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Concealer in shade 380, I'm going to put this down the bridge of my nose, and I'm going to use my dual fiber brush. I'm not sure who this brush is by, and I'm just going to tap this to blend this out. Okay, so I'm going to take this brush by Real Techniques, and I'm going to go ahead and blend out my contour that I just applied. I'm going to my face. I'm just tapping this color to blend it out. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side here. And I'm also going to take the color and drag it to my jawbone. Don't judge my sponge, y'all. It's been through some things with me, okay? But here I'm taking this sponge. Yes, it is a damp sponge. And I am tapping this and pressing my concealer into my skin that I placed under my eye earlier. In some places, you'll notice that it's kind of dried a little bit. So I will have to take some concealer and go over it so that I can, blend everything out flawlessly, because we don't want any signs of demarcation to show, in our flawless foundation. Okay, not in that beat, boo. No, we're not gonna do it. Yes, so here you can see I am going back in with my sponge. Here you can see where I am adding more concealer to my chin, and I'm gonna go in and blend this out. Okay, now after all of that hard work blending out that concealer, we're gonna go in with our Sasha Buttercup powder, and setting powder, and we're gonna set this in using a Real Techniques setting brush. And I am just pushing this powder into my skin with this brush, and I'm gonna do the same thing here to the other eye. Yes, baby, we want to make sure that this concealer, it doesn't move. Yes. So we're gonna pat. Okay, so now we're gonna use a large powder brush, and I'm going to be using Anti-Shine Powder by Black Up in the shade Dark. And I'm going to go in with this powder, and I'm going to set my entire face. Now we're going to go ahead and add a little blush, a little color to our skin, I'm going to be doing that with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio, and I'm using that middle shade in this collection. It's called the Cocktail Party, and I'm using a Sonia Conche, I believe that's how it's pronounced, blush brush, and I'm just adding color to both of my cheeks. Okay, here I'm going to take my Morphe palette, and I'm going to add this gold color to my inner tear duct. Yes, honey. This is my favorite highlighter, and I'm adding this to the above my cheekbone, and I'm gonna add it to my nose and my lips. Okay, we are at our final step, and that is to set our face with setting spray, and we're just gonna spray this all over. Okay, here is the finished look, dolls. In here, I added a little lip gloss. I inserted a video of the lip gloss.